students. Today we are going to study about the rate law of a chemical reaction and the order of reaction. First is the rate law. The rate of chemical reaction depends on the concentration of the reactants at a given instant and a given temperature. And therefore we can relate the rate of chemical reaction with the concentration of the reactants. And this relationship is known as the rate law. So rate law is nothing but the relationship between the rate of chemical reaction and the concentration of the reactants at a given temperature for a particular reaction. Consider a reaction. A moles of A react with B moles of B to produce the product. The rate law for this reaction is written as rate is directly proportional to the molar concentration of A raised to power x into molar concentration of B raised to power y. Further, the rate equal to K into molar concentration of A raised to power x into molar concentration of B raised to power y. So this equation is known as the rate law for this reaction. In the rate law, the exponents x and y are not necessarily equal to the coefficients a and b. The coefficients a and b, that is the number of moles of the reactants a and b, are not necessarily equal to the exponents x and y. The values of x and y, are experimentally determined. The values of x and y are experimentally determined. So to write the rate law of any chemical reaction, it is necessary to study the chemical reaction experimentally. Until and unless we cannot write the rate law of the reaction. The rate law cannot be written from the stoichiometric equation, from the balanced chemical equation. It is not possible to write the rate law. The rate law can be written experimentally. By the experimental study, we get the values of the exponents x and y, and from this value you can write the rate law. So rate law is therefore defined as the mathematical expression which gives the relation between the rate of chemical reaction and the molar concentration of the reactants. This relationship is known as the rate law. We can take the example. Example of a chemical reaction. Decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. The decomposition of hydrogen peroxide gives H2O and O2. Now from the experimental study, it is found that the rate law for the reaction is rate equal to K into molar concentration of H2O2 raised to power 1. So here the exponent is determined from the experimental study, and therefore the rate law is written from the experimental study. This is the experimental rate law for this reaction. You can take another example. NO2 gas plus CO gas. There is formation of NO gas plus CO2 gas. From the experimental study, the rate law for this reaction is found to be rate equal to K into molar concentration of NO2 square into molar concentration of CO raised to power 0. Ultimately, it becomes rate equal to K into molar concentration of NO2 square. This is the experimental rate law for this reaction. Now, in the rate law, the constant K, this constant K is known as the rate constant. The constant K is known as rate constant. The value of the rate constant doesn't depend on the concentration of the reactant. The value of the rate constant depends on the temperature at which the reaction is carried out. The rate law may be defined as the rate of chemical reaction, rate of any particular reaction, when the concentration of each reactant is unity, that is 1 molar. Here, if the concentration of the reactant is 1, say here the concentration of the reactant is 1 molar, then the rate constant become equal to the rate of reaction. Rate constant become equal to the rate of reaction, and therefore the rate constant is defined as the rate of chemical reaction whenever the concentration of each reactant is unity or 1 molar. In this particular reaction, the exponent for the concentration of CO is 0. It means the rate of this reaction doesn't depend on the concentration of CO. It depends only on the concentration of NO2, and if the concentration of NO2 is 1 molar, at that time the rate of the chemical reaction becomes equal to the rate constant, and therefore the rate constant is defined as the rate of chemical reaction when the concentration of each reactant is unity. For this particular reaction, if the concentration of A is 1, the concentration of B is 1 molar, at that time this equation will change to rate equal to K into 1 molar into 1 molar, that is rate equal to K, and therefore the K, that is the rate constant, is defined as the rate of chemical reaction whenever the concentration of each reactant is unity. The rate constant for a particular chemical reaction depends remains constant. It doesn't depend on the concentration of the reactant. It just depends on the temperature at which the particular reaction is carried out. So it is important to remember that the rate law for any chemical reaction cannot be written theoretically. To write the rate law of a chemical reaction, we should study the chemical reaction experimentally. From the experimental study, we get the values of the exponents such as x and y, and then we can write the rate law for the particular chemical reaction. So rate law is therefore defined as the rate law is defined as the relationship between the rate of chemical reaction and the molar concentrations of the reactants for a particular reaction. After that, the this type, A moles of A react with B moles of B to give the product. The rate law is written as rate equal to K into molar concentration of P raised to power X into molar concentration of P raised to power Y. This is the rate law for this reaction. Now order of reaction is the sum of exponents. The sum of exponents which are raised to the concentration terms of the reactants in the experimental rate law. This is the experimental rate law. There are two concentration terms and the exponents which are raised to these concentration terms are x and y, and the sum of the x plus y is nothing but the order of reaction. Therefore, the order of reaction can be defined as the sum of the exponents which are raised to the concentration terms of the reactants in the experimental rate law of that reaction is known as the order of reaction. This is the overall order of the reaction. The order of reaction may also be given in terms of each reactant. Here, if you will see here, the exponent which is raised to the concentration term of A is x. Therefore, here the order of reaction in terms of A, order of reaction with respect to A will become x. Order of reaction with respect to the reactant A is x. Order of reaction with respect to the reactant B equal to y, and the overall order of the reaction becomes x plus y. So it is very easy to define the order of reaction. Order of reaction is defined as the sum of the exponents which are raised to the concentration terms of the reactants in the experimental rate law of that reaction. It is known as the order of reaction. On the basis of the order of reaction, the reactions are classified into different types. The order of reaction may be an integer, it may be a fractional value, or it may be zero. The reactions in which the overall order of the reaction is 1, such reactions are called the first order reactions. First order reaction. In first order reaction, the order of reaction is 1, overall order of the reaction is 1. The example of the first order reaction is decomposition of hydrogen peroxide. When hydrogen peroxide decomposes, there is formation of water and oxygen gas. The experimental rate law for this reaction is rate equal to K into molar concentration of H2O2. So here the value of the exponent is 1. Value of the exponent which is raised to the concentration of H2O2 is 1, and therefore the order of the reaction is 1. This is the first order reaction. The order of reaction may be 0 also. Order of reaction may be 2. Order of reaction is an integer value, or it may be a fractional value, or it may be 0. So here second order reaction. We can take the example of second order reaction. Hydrogen gas react with iodine, gaseous iodine, to form HI gas. Experimentally, it is found that the rate law is rate equal to K into molar concentration of H2 into molar concentration of I2. So here both the concentration terms, each concentration term is raised to power 1. The exponents are equal to 1. The exponent which is raised to the concentration term of hydrogen is 1. The exponent which is raised to the concentration term of iodine is also 1. Here x equal to 1 and y equal to 1, and therefore this reaction is first order with respect to hydrogen. It is also first order with respect to iodine, but overall order of reaction x plus y is equal to 2, and therefore the reaction is second order reaction. So this is the example of second order reaction. Then third example. The reaction between NO2 gas and CO gas, carbon monoxide, to form NO gas and CO2 gas. The experimental rate law for this reaction is rate equal to K into molar concentration of NO2 square into molar concentration of CO raised to power 0. So here the exponent which is raised to the concentration of NO2 is 2. Means this reaction is second order with respect to NO2. While the exponent which is raised to the concentration of CO is 0. Therefore the reaction is 0 order with respect to CO. And the value of x is 2, value of y is 0. Overall order of the reaction become 2 plus 0 equal to 2. This is also the example of the second order reaction. We can take some more examples of fractional order reaction and higher order reaction. The order of reaction it may be 3 also, but the reactions with third order reaction are rare. So we can continue in the next period. Thank you.